system? What is the binary number system? What is the octal number system? What is hexadecimal number system? What are the numbers that are represented in decimal number system, that is from 0 to 9? In binary number system, only 0 and 1. Octal number system, 0 to 7. Hexadecimal number system, 0 to 15. But 0 to 9, then A, comma B, comma C, comma D, comma E, and F. So this is the hexadecimal number system. We have seen that any number, if decimal number is given, its base is 10. When binary number system is there, its base is 2. When any octal number system is there, its base is 8. When any hexadecimal number is there, its base is 16. How to convert any decimal number to binary? How to convert any fractional number to binary, to octal, to hexadecimal, and vice versa. We have seen all the process, all the procedure. Is anybody having the problem in that? Please raise your hand. Just Mansi Rao. Suppose you have problem, you can raise the hand so that I can repeat the topic and this concept. These are the basic concepts. Once these concepts are built in your mind, definitely that will build your foundation. If you have a problem, you can raise the hand so that I can repeat that topic at least. Any number you need to convert to binary, to octal, to hexadecimal, and vice versa. Any fractional number to binary, to octal, hexadecimal, and again equivalent decimal. So that check and counter check is necessary while solving this problem. More you will do the practice, more you will be perfect. Okay. So when you are solving all these number system conversions, take the any number of examples, any number of decimal numbers, convert that to binary, octal, hexadecimal. Take any number of fractional numbers, convert that to binary, octal, hexadecimal, and vice versa. And check that left hand side is equal to right hand side or not. That means your check and counter check is okay or not. So today we have to see that what is the logic gates. Have you heard me name about the gates? Which gates you know?
And or
And, or,
NAND,
NAND, NOR, OR, XOR. All these are the gates. But these gates are called as logical gates. Where basically these logical gates are being used? Those who are absent, please convey them message that it is mandatory to present. Otherwise, whatever the basic concepts, once you lose it, there will be problem in future. Where basically you have heard these logical gates, where they are being used. Do you have any idea? When we have seen the generations of the computer, where actually your ICs came into existence, in which generation? Yes. कोणत्या जनरेशन मध्ये ICs आणि IC कोणत्या जनरेशन मध्ये आला? इंटिग्रेटेड सर्किट्स. Because in that integrated circuits, the combination of logical gates is being used. Yes?
Vacuum tube.
Vacuum tube.
Vacuum tubes were there. What was there in the second generation?
Transistor.
Transistors were there. What was there in the third generation computer?
Integrated circuit.
ICs. That's why I'm asking, in which generation the computer has ICs in its generation? That is in the third generation. So third generation represents the introduction of or innovation of integrated circuits, small scale. Okay, small scale integration of IC. Then in the fourth generation, we have very large scale integration of IC. Integration means more ICs will be used. As you see that how microprocessor came into existence. What is the role of microprocessor? All that came in the third and on the verge of fourth generation computer. Okay. So when we are looking in the third generation has entry of integrated circuits, and that IC comprising of logical gates. Either it may be your NOR gate, it may be a OR gate, it may be AND gate, NAND gate, NOT gate, OR gate, exclusive OR, whatever it is. That is the combination. That is the combination of all the gates. Okay. So when you observe that gates, how they function, what is the role of that gate, why they are being used? Yes? Any idea? So when we are looking at logical gates are the basic building blocks of any digital system. Can I say that our computer is a digital system? Yes. In 1845, Charles Babbage, a scientist from British, is called as the father of computer. He has invented one machine that is called as differential engine. Okay. That machine was not completely an electronic one. It has some mechanical part and some combination of the electronic. For inputting, he has used the punch coupler. So from that era of 1845, actually there is a development in the sector of computer has been started, and that pioneered by Charles Babbage. That's why he is called as a father of computer age. He has developed differential engine, electromechanical parts. Some are electronic, some are mechanical. All is not automatic. So when I say that this computer is a digital one, that means what? Some systems are digital, some systems are analog. Can you give me an example of analog system or analog signal? Analog and digital. What is your concept about the analog? If suppose I say that analog is continuous and digital is a discrete, whatever things we are getting either in the square spike of 0 and 1. 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0. But when you observe the wave in the ocean, how it is a sinusoidal. It is a continuous one. Can you give me any live examples in your day-to-day life that can be thought as analogous or deep or analogous? Yes? If you are observing temperature, what is that temperature? If you are observing pressure, volume, temperature, what are these quantities? Are the quantities are discrete one? If you have minute hand, second hand, hour hand in your wall clock, and some clock are digital one, what is the difference between that? Anybody to come to the class? Digital clock and analog clock. Have you observed anywhere that digital clock is there or analog clock is there? आहे असतात की नाही? का नाही बघितले तुम्ही? हॅलो. Digital means what? 0 and 1. There is no in between that quantity. But when we see that analogous, it is a continuous. Have you seen that? If suppose you are feeling air in your tire, how you are feeling it? What is the volume or pressure you are feeling your tire? It is a continuous process. How temperature increases, how temperature decreases, how water boils. It is not there that it is discrete one. But when you are thinking of logical gates, they are basic building blocks of digital system. Basically, it is electronic circuit having one or more than one input. When we are talking of different gates, the relationship between the input and output based on certain logic. That is based on certain logic. Logic gates are named as either it is AND or NOT gate. When we have AND gate is represented, that is in front of you, that is having two input. Okay? That is written as y is equal to A and B. Y is equal to A dot B. That can be written. Okay. When this is the two input, what are the different combinations of the input? When there are two inputs, what are the different combinations? किती वेगवेगळे इनपुट देऊ शकतो दोन इनपुटचे मी? इफ सपोज 0 0 will be 1, 0 1, okay, 1 0, and last is 1 1. That means when two inputs are there, there are four combinations. If suppose I have three input, what are the different combinations?
8 0 0 0.
How many combinations will be there? If three inputs,
3.
two inputs असले तर चार combinations वेगवेगळे. Either 0 0, 0 1, 1 0 or 1 1. When 3 inputs will be there, how many different combinations of 0 and 1 for that ABC input? That is my question.
8.
8. Exactly. 9. There are no 9 combinations. When you are talking of anything of logical gates, when there are 2 input logical gates, how many combinations will be there? 2 raised to power 2. That should be 4. When there are 3 inputs will be there, how many combinations will be there? 2 raised to power 3. That is 8. Okay. There are 3 different combinations. That is 8 different combinations of input A, B and C. Okay. If suppose here we have to see that AND gate, it is accepting 2 input. That means there are 4 different combinations. And that is represented in this table. That is input is shown as A and B as input. Output is Y is equal to A and B. And is represented by dot. Okay. That is the multiplication. A multiplied by B. But when we have 0 into 0, what will be the outcome? 0. 0 into 1. Outcome is 0. If one input is 1, another is 0. What will be the output? 0. If first is 1, second is 1, then output will be 1. That means in AND gate, when both the inputs are 1, then output will be 1. Are you agree? Can you give me any example that when you can apply this AND gate? If there are 3 inputs, let us calculate that. If y is equal to a dot b dot c, or you can write that y is equal to abc, a multiplied by b multiplied by c. When both sorry, all the inputs abc will be 1, then output will be 1, otherwise 1 in AND loop. So where you can apply this technique, suppose you are in the 12th, you have passed 12. What is the criteria of passing 12? What was the criteria? If suppose English is there, Marathi is there, physics, chemistry, math, somebody may have biology, somebody may have computer science, somebody may have vocational subjects, somebody may have some practicals. What is the criteria of passing? Yes? तुम्ही 12वी केलेली आहे, तुम्ही पास झाले का नाही? कोणता क्रायटेरिया होता की मला या विषयात एवढे गुण मिळाले पाहिजे? That was the criteria or not? Yes?
Yes, sir.
अरे तुम्ही 12वीत होता, तुम्हाला इंग्लिश मध्ये मला 100 पैकी 35 किंवा 40 जे काही क्रायटेरिया असेल तुमचा, किती क्रायटेरिया तुमचा 35 चा असेल, 35 आहे की नाही? जर एखाद्या विद्यार्थ्याला 34 मार्क पडले तरी तो पास होतो का?
नाही.
तुमचे इनपुट समजा तुमचे 3 सब्जेक्ट आहेत, फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री, मॅथ. Passing criteria is 35. So how you can apply AND gate? That a person or student must have to pass all the 3 subjects with at 35 marks, then and then you will be pass. Pass, suppose we have AND gate, suppose. In AND gates, we have to satisfy all the conditions. If any of the condition is false, binary language, AND gate, we are learning 0 and 1. 1 suppose represents pass, 0 represents fail. Okay. So any of the subjects, you got either 35 or more than 30. A is suppose here physics, B is chemistry. A person who is not getting either below 35 mark, or if suppose somebody is having 34 mark, that can be represented as 0. Okay? That means in AND gate, each and every condition has to be satisfied. If both the inputs are 1, then output will be 1. Otherwise not. Okay. So that table is called as, this table here is called as truth table. Input दाखवलेले आहेत A आणि B. Different combinations are 4. As we have used 2 input. If suppose instead of 2, I am just adding 1 input A, B, C. What will be the different combinations? 2 raised to power 3. If I am adding 4 inputs, what will be the different combination? 2 raised to power 4. That will be 16. If I am adding 5 inputs, 2 raised to power 5. Like that. Why? Because this is always in the raised to power 2. Base is 2. Because our gates, our logical gates built on that technique. Now second gate is OR gate. OR gate is called as addition gate. When we are having 2 inputs and when we get y is equal to represented as a plus b. This plus sign is for OR gate. When either of the input is 1, then result is 1. Or both the inputs are 1, result is 1. Are you getting or not? If suppose you have to find or make the mark list, and in that mark list, the condition is that, because in 10, some condition is that student has to clear in that 5 subject with some marks. If suppose you got 80 marks in physics and 20 marks in chemistry, and condition is that if your percentage is greater than or equal to 35, then you will be passed. But person or student has got 80 marks in one subject and only 20 marks in another subject. What will be his percentage? It will get the percentage. First, I want answer from my engineers, budding engineers. You are now in the engineering college. You have to interact with. If suppose I am asking you that 2 subjects, our student has got, one subject he got 20 marks, another subject he got 80 marks out of 100 suppose. What is his percentage? %. Yes? Anybody from the class, tell me that what will be the percentage? एका विषयात त्याला 100 पैकी 80 मार्क आहे, दुसऱ्या विषयात 100 पैकी 20 मार्क आहे, त्याचे पर्सेंटेज मला काढायचं, कसे काढतो आपण?
50%.
So that condition is that if his percentage is greater than 35 or equal to 35, then he is a pass. A person or student who is scoring below 35 marks in the subject of chemistry, but condition is that his percentage should be greater than or at least equal to 35. So that student will get pass. So you have to look into this matter, that what condition is true. That first of all, a student must be clear in all subjects with percentage criteria of 35. Otherwise, if suppose he is getting 80 marks in one subject and only 20 marks in another subject, and the criteria is on the percentage, then he or she will get pass. But that is not right. Being a software engineer, you have to check that he or she must have to be clear in all the subjects. Otherwise, it will create problem. So you have to look into this matter. Where to use AND gate, where to use OR gate. So OR gate is what? Either one of the condition is true, then your result is 1. Then NOT gate is there. NOT gate, as the name suggests, it is represented as like this. OR gate is represented like this. AND gate, it is represented like this. And this is the NOT gate. It is showing this symbol that represents what? NOT gate. Whatever will be the input, that will be the reverse input here. If suppose A is 0, then output is 1. If input is 1, output is 0. That is called as NOT gate. Exactly that gate is attached to AND gate. It will become NAND. AND gate with NOT gate. When we attach NOT gate with OR gate, it will become NOR gate. It will become a NOR gate. Okay? How that is represented NAND gate? NAND gate is represented as A dot B bar. What is the representation? If suppose my input is 0, the second input is 0, what will be the output? According to AND gate, it should be 0. But as we have used the NOT gate, output will be represented as 1. Are you getting or not? When my input is 0, another input is 1. What is according to AND gate? It is 0. But as it is NAND gate, it is represented as 1. Why? Because we have just put NOT gate here. 1 0 is 0 in AND gate, but that is passed through this NOT gate. Whatever the input, that is get reversed in this NAND gate, so it will be represented as 1. If suppose both the input are 1, what is the output here? 1. But this is the NOT gate. Whatever input, that is get converted to exactly opposite, that will be represented as 0. Are you getting or not? Yes? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
The same condition for when it is a OR gate. Just look at the truth table of the OR gate, but we have put here NOT gate. Whatever the input, that is the 0 1. If suppose here both are 0, what is the addition of 0 plus 0 is 0. When 0 is given to this NOT gate, okay, it is showing what? Output as 1. That is represented as A plus B bar. When this is the 0, This is the 1. Here output is 1. But that 1 is given to this NOT gate. What is the output? 0. Well, this is the 1, this is 0. Again it is 1. It is given to NOT gate. It is reversed to 0. When both the input are 1, 1, addition of 1, 1 is 1. That is given to this NOT gate. It is represented as 0. Like that, this is the logic diagram of this NOR gate. Everyone is getting? Our meeting is ending. So, are you getting this concept or not? Or somewhere you have seen that X dash OR. It has input. M is greater than or equal to and 1 out. If suppose there are two inputs are there, that can be suppose A as an input and B as a input. That can be represented as A plus sign in round. That is A, X or B. How that can be represented with the help of truth table? What is the truth table of OR gate? When you observe the truth table of OR gate, truth table of OR gate represents what? It is the truth table of OR gate. This is when the area of the input is 1, then output is 1. Okay. But in XOR gate, what happens? That is the combination of what? A B bar plus A bar B. Okay. You just calculate that. How it comes out to be when one input is 0, another is 0, then A XOR B is 0. When A is 0, B is 1, A XOR B is 1. When A is 1, B is 0, A XOR B is 1. But when both are 1, it is giving you as 0. That is the XOR truth table. There are n number of gates are there. X NOR gate is there. That is also having its truth table that is represented as A in that circle minus sign B. Okay, that is exactly is called as X NOR gate. Okay, whatever this XOR, that is X NOR. Okay, so you first find out that what is the input and what will be the output. These are the different combinations of the gates that are used in different ICs. And that's why it is called as logical gates. These are the logical circuits. When you have different gates, that is the importance of that gates. Okay. So these are very important to learn. Either it is the AND gate, OR gate, NOT gate, NAND, NOT, XOR, XNOR. Find out the truth table. If suppose I just given you one expression, A dot B dot C is equal to AB plus AC plus BC. And if suppose I ask you to find out the truth table, that means there are 3 inputs are there. Their combination will be 2 raised to power 3. Different 3 inputs will be there, and it is providing me or giving me 2 raised to power 3. 8 different combinations will be there. Whatever left hand side, you have to prove the right answer. That is basically there in the truth table. What is the input and what is the are the small different gates are each on IC. IC means semiconductor device, that is the silicon. Why silicon is being used? What is the Silicon Valley in America? What is the importance of that Silicon Valley in San Francisco? What is the relation between that? Why the name has been given as Silicon Valley in San Francisco? San Francisco has Silicon Valley. Most of the engineers, most of the Indian talent pool from IIT, they are there. They are heading towards different big MNCs. If suppose you have heard the name of Google, you have heard the name of Microsoft, if you have heard the name of Accenture, if you have heard the name of Persistent, if you suppose you have heard the name of different software companies, the top-notch people, even in the invention of supercomputer, you know that the name is Dr. Vijay Bhatt. In the invention of Intel microprocessor, you have heard the name of Vinod Dham. He is a man from IIT Mumbai, and he was pioneer the project of Pentium 1, Pentium 2, Pentium 3, Pentium 4 processor. Indian talent pool is there. And nowadays you are observing that even government of India has announced one semiconductor policy. Up till now, whatever the hardware parts, whatever the chips, whatever the ICs, we have to import from China, Taiwan, America. But government has poured 76,000 crores, and that part will be held in Bangalore or different tier 2 cities of India, so that India will become the hub of semiconductor devices, semiconductor chips. And nowadays, you are observing that semiconductor hub is making the difference even in the hardware also. Because our people are very good in the software. You observe that number of times that chips are not made in India. Whatever the hard disk, whatever the RAM, whatever the internal motherboards, all parts related to computer hardware that we have to import from other countries. And one of the biggest importer is China and Taiwan. Though the Taiwan is a very small country, but that is expertise in the making of different hardware parts, hard disks. So that is the expertise of that countries. So is there any problem in that gates? Logical gates? So you have to add this point in your assignment also, that what is the logical gates, what is the importance of logical gates in digital systems. Then you have to draw these different gates, you have to draw the truth table, check the 2 input AND gate, 3 input AND gate, OR gate, NOT gate, find out that truth table or draw that truth table according to your input and find out the output. Okay, so this is the basic building blocks of our digital system. These gates and all other hardware parts, that is no doubt it is related to electronics, because all these parts are electronics part. That is the basis what electronics. If suppose any hardware engineer, he must have a base of the electronics, because he has to check the current, voltage, how SLPS works. That current, whatever required is reaching to hard disk, that is required to your CD-ROM drive, DVD-ROM drive, motherboard. Is it reaching? If suppose SLPS is working or not? If suppose SLPS is not working, whatever the 240 volt current, AC, that is from the plug board, that is directly given to your computer, your hard disk will not work. It will blast. So that it has to switch. That means whatever the regulations require in SMPS, that's why SMPS is there. Then you have seen the anatomy of the computer. We have also seen that what is the SMPS, how much voltage that is required to hard disk, to motherboard, to different parts, to your CD-ROM drive, DVD-ROM drive. Then it will work properly. Okay. So this is all about the gates. We have seen about all the number systems also. So if you have any query, you can put in the chat box. Also put your attendance in the chat box. National Program on Technology Enhanced Learning, that is the NPTEL. Number of courses, online courses of SWAYAM, NPTEL local chapter. Our college is also having NPTEL SWAYAM local chapter. That will be activated soon. But before that, you have to register different courses under this. You have to enroll for that. The course list has been given to you January to April. This is the final course list, and timeline is also given. When you click on that, it will show you that how many different courses are there. Okay. If suppose you want to join whatever the course that is related to introduction to our C language. Okay. You just go on, scroll these different courses. This is the computer science anymore. What is the course that is important nowadays? That is suppose introduction to C language. If suppose we see that, is it there in the list? Introduction to programming in C. Is it there? This is the course at 204. Introduction to programming in C. 202. Sorry, 202. Problem solving through programming in C. That will be quite next step. In next semester you can join. Again, you can join the Internet of Things, Introduction to IoT. I am interested to join these two courses in this semester. That will be very helpful to you. If you join this 202, what is the content of that? Just go through it. Here the link has been given. The link दिलेली आहे. आहे की नाही? ते जे तुम्ही दिले समजा इथे ते समोर लिंक दिलेली असते त्या कोर्स. कोणती IIT घेते ते पण दिलेलं असतं. You have to register for that, and after registration, you will get your login. Some courses are of 4 weeks, some courses are of 8 weeks. The starting date of the course is 24th January. You have to fill the exam fee in the February month. Exam will be in the 27th. Some courses are 8 weeks that are also starting from 24. Some are 12 weeks that are also starting from 24. Some in the all these are in the set 1 courses. Set 2 courses are starting from February 21. But it is compulsory now that every student of the first year they have to join suppose introduction to C and Internet of Things. That will be helpful to you. Okay. Once you join that course, the different material will be dropped your box, mailbox. If suppose I have been signing in, suppose here, because I have already registered, they will provide you username and password. Then you have to sign in. Okay. Once you sign in, that shows you that how many courses you have registered. Or if suppose you have to register for any course, then here you have to click on register, and when you put your username and password, if suppose you are not registered on that, you can just register with Google also. Okay, it will provide you different informations about, suppose I am joining with Google my account. These are the different courses that is showing. So you can join any one of the course. If you want all courses, you just click on that. These are the all courses. If suppose this is the, if suppose you want to search introduction to all courses you have to search, you can search on this. But simply you just click on this final courses. You can search to that, and you can join any of the course. That course code is given over here. Once you click on that, you will directly go to that link. It will ask you to register. It will ask you to give your username and password. Once you have joined that course, all the material is dropped in your ID. Then you have to go through that videos, solve the different assignment, and learn the different things. Whatever the criteria of passing, that is also given. First of all, it is mandatory to register the different course. Okay? So I want that everyone has to register before 24th. That is compulsory for you. Okay? So I am ending the meeting with that note that everyone will join the course, and but that should be lightweight. Introduction to Internet of Things, like that. Okay. So thank you very much. So you have to show me the registrations in the booth. That is compulsory for you. Thank you. I'm ending the